California love.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Kane and I show. As you can see, we got a special guest all the way from Canada, back by popular demand, Mr. Roy Mitchell. Sport, awesome podcast. So make sure you check that out. SoundCloud is where I listen. It's on iTunes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Kane's with us. So Roy, real quick, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on Twitter and tell them about your podcast, bro.
All right. So, you know me. Again, guys, thank you for having me back on the show. My name is Roy Mitchell, Southwestern Ontario, close to Toronto, in a small, tiny little town, population of, 400,000 people, called London, Ontario. I have my own podcast, The Mitchell Report Unleashed. I cover all avenues of stuff. You can find me on Twitter, Rory, EGN. That's the Twitter handle, but the podcast is just dedicated to this, bettering yourself, everyday living. I focus a lot on relationships. I sprinkle a little bit of sports in there, a little bit of music also too, and all that good stuff, right? So something's there for you guys. If you guys are struggling in life and you want some uplifting, enriching conversation on that podcast, by all means, check it out. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, Roy is like the Canadian Dr. Phil. So check it out. I like to listen when I'm on the train headed to work. Definitely entertaining.
Yes.
Definitely wide range of things. But you manage to keep it focused. So that's a unique ability. All right, Kane. So what's going on down in that cesspool? I'm sorry, down in Florida.
It's nice. It's Florida. I mean,
it's nice.
Quick question, man. What is this thing right here on your head?
What?
This little piece on the front.
My hair?
Yeah. Why does it look like it's sticking up like Dwayne Wade or something?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there.
See, look at it now. Look at it, Rory. You see it, man?
I see it. All right.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about, though. So.
Okay. Anyway, we can talk about this. For football.
I like messing with ice because it just makes my day.
Yeah, well, I'm one of the few friends that we have that still has his hair, so it's all good, So anyway, for football season, we're huge Eagle fans, so I had to whip out the special edition green EEE. So yes, the most popular shirt at the Copland swap meets and the Charlotte area flea markets. So you too can have a shirt. Hey, tell you what, Rory, we can bring EEE to Canada, make it the biggest thing in London, Ontario.
We can definitely do that because I know a couple Eagle fans that will support that EEE, right? So, they tune in.
It's hard to get out sometimes, isn't it?
You just buy the tape. I'll mail you the tape and you put it on your own shirt.
You'll mail me the tape and put it on my own shirt? Okay, all right. We'll do that.
We roll at EEE, premium brand.
It's going to be on the finest Hanes t-shirt you can buy.
Hey, this is the best duct tape they had at Lowe's. But anyway, all right, so let's get into it. This week, of course, we're going to be talking Lavar Ball, Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal, Gronk. We're going to talk some UFC. We're going to talk power, of course. We're going to talk football, all kind of things, and huge announcement. Elsa's back. So I lost the lawsuit. Elsa's back. So make sure you stay tuned for Elsa. And hope you have a good time. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Leave some comments. And Rory will answer any of your comments. And so I know some young ladies will be wanting to add their numbers. Just put your email address in, Rory.
Oh, brother.
Now, do you? I know in parts of Canada they speak French. Or are you part of the French Canadian?
No.
Okay. English.
I'm all English over here.
Okay.
Man, you gotta get on that, man. You gotta get on that. You missing out, bro.
What, parlez-vous français?
All right, so let's get to it. Of course, Allen Iverson story this week, big three. I guess their first big controversy Allen Iverson no shows in Dallas. Ice Cube. I'm sorry, Big Three announced they're going to investigate. So I'm trying to imagine what a Big Three investigation is. Is that just Ice Cube on the phone calling people, texting? You know, what is that?
I think he might be trying to go get Debo in this mix also too. What you think? You know?
No, man. I think they've done. Allen Iverson pretty much admitted that he just missed it because of he's Allen Iverson. I mean, it was coming. It was coming sooner or later. AI was going to miss something like
they
that.
only play like 8 games.
Practice, man. But no, I think they said they're going to suspend him next week for the game in not Louisville, in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's where they're next. So they're going to suspend him for that one, but who cares? It's Allen Iverson. He'll probably do it again for the season's over with.
Well, but he's the biggest name. So I think, like the league cares because that could drive ticket sales, right?
And it did. Did you see people that turned away that didn't stay because Allen Iverson wasn't playing or coaching? They lost like 30-35% of the crowd when they announced that he wasn't there or wasn't coming today.
Hey, it's practice though, right? It's practice. What can you really do? Allen Iverson he's an old man, and we've seen this narrative happen how many different times ago?
Man, that joker was gambling in Vegas, man. He was at the casino, man.
He's probably betting on Floyd and on McGregor.
You would think that they only play once a week, and they only play like 8 games, right? I mean, you can make that. Come on, Allen. I know back in the day when he was, on top of the world playing for the Sixers, he has the Reebok contract. And it said, like, Reebok, basically, there was a guy they hired to just make sure that Allen would show up at, like, the commercial shoots and meetings and stuff.
That means you still need a chaperone. That means you're still in high school.
Yeah, it's a little sad. I mean, that you couldn't.
How much are these guys getting paid, though, in this Big Three league is the question we have to ask ourselves. How much is
it's enough to get them off the sofa and play basketball. So,
yeah,
you got to figure most of these guys playing need this money. It ain't like they don't need it. Them child support checks is insane.
Wow. You went there with it? You really went there with it?
Hey, well,
Maybe they should rename it the Child Support League or something.
Ice Cube pays your child support. Right.
You can take care of his. I'm talking about like Steven Jackson and these dudes like that. Them dudes right there. Dwight Howard will be in a few years. Because he's going to really need that money.
Yeah.
Oh. I think Dwight Howard ain't going to miss any games. That joker on me.
I don't know if you guys saw that banner that came out with Kobe, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett. It was all over Facebook about when the Big Three started, and people were like, "Yo, we might see that team emerge." And I'm like, man, that could get dangerous out there.
Now, if they got Kobe and KG and Pierce somewhat too, like ticket sales would go through the roof.
Hey, you guys might see me in the States if that happens, man.
Yeah, I'm going to a couple of games if that happens, yeah.
That has to happen for sure.
All right, so we're talking about basketball. Of course, the biggest name in basketball right now over the last few months, Lavar Ball. My parenting role model, the man that I'm studying under, the man who inspired me to create EEE. Lamar. So, of course, this week, Lavar continues to make news, and I guess he made a statement that him and his son LaMelo could beat Shaq, and Shaq's son, who's also a big-time high school prospect. Shaq responds with not only just a TMZ clip, but with a full diss record.
That was pretty good, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Really?
And,
Really?
I mean, okay.
Really? Are we gonna say this right now on the show?
Actually, probably like better than stuff you hear on the radio.
Much better than Future, Migos, all this crap you hear on the radio. Yeah, Shaq is much better than all them boys.
Yeah, it was better.
Shaq. Yeah, at least I can understand the words, and he's using English.
Right.
Okay.
It was better than like the dreadlock trap music.
What is
No.
that though? What does dreadlock trap music sound like though? Like a young thug in them, or
It's real high pitched, and that's because the pants are so tight, and they get squeezed.
and they're just repeating the same phrase over and over a lot.
Yeah.
you know?
That's it. Yeah, you've heard it.
But in my car, it sounds like changing the station. But anyway, I'm too busy listening to the Mitchell Report to listen to that garbage on the radio. So anyway,
Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
so anyway, let's get to it. I think Shaq and Lavar Ball set a record. These have to be the two oldest dudes in history to have a diss record, recorded and one about them. Like that. Surely, like together, they're probably like 100. That's like 100 years. Whereas I think the previous record was like Jay-Z and Nas. They're probably like 60 total at that time. I don't know. Anyway,
Ain't nothing wrong with a good diss record, man. It's good.
No, I just
keep the blood boiling. Makes you think you still got it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
All right, so let me ask you, Roy. I'm not sure Canadian, TV might be a little different, and but there's a show
we get the same channels. We get the same channels.
I think we got a channel button, a volume button, a power button, and a screen. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Well, the programming it might be different.
Oh, you meant
slightly, a little bit. It's a little different.
The Boondocks. Have you ever seen the Boondocks?
I've heard about the show. I've had no interest to watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, what you're witnessing now with Shaq and Lavar Ball is basically like a really extended Boondocks episode. Like a lot of stuff that's happening now is stuff joked about on the show like 9-10 years ago, like rappers wearing skirts and stuff like that. And all that stuff is coming to fruition, people making old dudes making diss records, like all that stuff is coming to fruition now. So so check that out, if you want to see what the future in America is going to be like.
Okay.
All right. So I got one more subject. I forgot. We need to add in, big announcement. The Olympics are coming to Los Angeles. So come back to USA, they got tired of going to these little, countries that have to, basically kill people to, build the infrastructure in time for the Olympics. So come to Los Angeles where there's already an infrastructure. Obviously, you have, airports. Big city can handle the people.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So is there going to be an American that's going to challenge for the 100 meters and the 200 and the 4x4?
You say Bolt's gone now, so he ain't coming back.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I have a Jamaican heritage in me, right? I'm not only born in Canada.
Also, you're Canadian, so let's.
Oh boy, you're gonna put it there.
Let's not forget about what's my man, Ben.
Y'all got Ben. I mean, come on, man.
Really?
Yeah. He had.
Listen, I know
2-3 days, right?
I know about Usain Bolt, and that's it.
He was the fastest man in the world. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was for about 48 hours. And then come over here. Let's have a little. But you know what? It's coming in 2028. So by then, who knows? I actually have a partner who has a daughter that's pretty fast. Who I think she applied herself could possibly be in the Olympics one day.
That would be a good look. That would be a good look.
Yeah. So we got to talk to her, get a rep in that EEE. Blow up the brand. You know what I mean? And she crossed the finish line and flashed the E's and all that stuff. We'll work that out, Kane. Not to put you on blast, but
the child is lazy, has no focus.
We're gonna turn it around. Absolutely. Energy, we'll make it happen. So anyway, I just want to go ahead and announce that Kane and I show will officially cover the Olympics. So with that said, we have a few decisions to make. Okay, first, do we hire Bloods or Crips for security? Okay, is that Crips? Okay, so all right. Kane says Crips.
Oh boy.
Crip walk.
This is looking like a rendition of Colors pretty quick right now.
Where's the police?
Hey. All right, so are we gonna stay in? We're gonna stay like how they have like the have Olympic Village, then they have like a media village. We're gonna stay in media village.
We're going somewhere there's no crime. We're gonna go to Beverly Hills or somewhere. Maybe we go stay with Shango. That's what we need to go do.
All right, we'll go out to Hollywood. Okay.
Yeah, we can stay with Shango in Hollywood.
Shango, now, since it's two of us and Roy, we can bring you along, be part of the team.
Okay.
We gotta, a lot going on in the Olympics, so we gotta split up.
Yes.
So I will volunteer to cover women's beach volleyball.
Oh, stop.
And then you guys pretty much handle whatever you want after that. You can arm wrestle about basketball or whatever. But I got
women's track.
Okay. Well,
and I got women's soccer then. And I'm good.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I think we got a plan. All right. So I'm happy with where this is going. Rory, let's tell everybody one more time where to find you on Twitter. When should they be looking for the podcast?
Podcasts right now are releasing. They were every once in a week, but now I'm doing 2 a week. I might even get up to 3. It all depends on the high demand right now. So I am working on some special guests. I want Eric and Kane also to be on the podcast. The both of you guys at the same time. Get some unleashed moments on the podcast there. But every week, this all you got to do is subscribe to iTunes. Find my first name.
Sounds good.
Rory Mitchell. And you go on SoundCloud, Mitchell Reporter. And the Twitter handle is Rory at EGN, right? And one more thing. I'm truly blessed to have this opportunity to be on your guys' show and whatnot. So I always want to make sure I sincerely say that to you guys also too. Right?
Oh no, man. We appreciate you coming on. Yeah. We love to get the Canadian perspective.
Absolutely.
I know you the American
Black Canadian perspective is
it's
a different angle.
Hey, it's not a different angle, man, because my guys.
Watch this, Ice. Do you watch hockey?
Yes, I do.
Oh, he is Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta watch.
What is that supposed to mean, though?
You gotta watch hockey. Well, us they get like.
Go Rangers! Go Rangers!
Yeah. All right. So, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned Black Canadian. Real quick, Roy, let me get your take on the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. Like I said, I know with you not being American, your perspective might be a little different, or not even sure how in tune with it you are. But I just want real quick, just your thoughts about it.
Okay, so I'll tell you something, and I remember my first podcast episode was about this with Colin Kaepernick. He is my quarterback. I've been supporting him ever since he played in Nevada. I supported him when he played for the 49ers. What's going on right now with him, it's wrong. He is being blackballed. He's done so much humanitarian work that a lot of people don't really seem to really want to pay attention to. And media keeps chastising him, saying that, he's standing up for, or I shouldn't say he's standing up, he's taking a knee for something that he shouldn't be taking a knee for. A lot of Canadians, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but from what I hear over here, a lot of people are like, oh, he's selfish. He needs to respect his lane and stuff like that. And I'm just like, the man is doing something good. He's doing what's good for him. He's doing God's work, right? Is his calling going to be with the NFL or playing football? It's yet to be seen. Clearly, he's being blackballed. But I really feel that there's a lot that he's doing that's very, very powerful. And all the world talk about equal rights is a big thing, right? You have to have a form of equal rights. And yes, it may be black and police brutality and stuff like that, but I truly believe what he's doing is good. And it's a good deed, and he's doing God's work, And I think a lot more people need to stand up and recognize that. Stop saying that he can't throw. Stop saying that he can't play the quarterback position. 16 TDs and 4 interceptions. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good to get yourself.
Talking to you, Ray Lewis.
That's pretty good to get yourself a starting job in the NFL or even being a backup. But I feel he's going to play this year, hopefully, and go Cap and,
Yeah, I'm hoping he gets a shot. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out over the next weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, Kane's Miami brother Ray Lewis needs a reality check. You know, but
he's in a sunken place. Ray Lewis is just. You see, here's the thing: is this Michael Vick, Ray Lewis, all these guys that are talking? It seems like they're very heavily opinionated and they don't have the correct mindset for where they're at right now. You know what I mean? Ray Lewis convicted. What, did he not get attempted murder charges? And Michael Vick coming out as a convicted felon? What did Kaepernick do? Did he kill anybody? No. He took a stand. He's donating $1 million of his own money to charities, right? Meals on Wheels and stuff like that. And people don't want to pay attention to that, right?
Yeah,
they need to start focusing on the good, man.
Dudes trying to find jobs, and you make a great point. And also with, you know, I think one thing we tend to miss with the whole Kaepernick thing is people saying it's un-American when protest is the most American thing you can do. That's kind of how we got started as a country. So, you know,
hey, the ballot, what was it? The ballot with Malcolm X. I'm pretty sure a lot of people need to read that, right? And they'd be able to know that, you know, even though you may not do a vote, or your voice still can be heard, right? He was against voting. So what's everybody's issue with that, you know?
And he did bring attention to the issue. You know, no matter what you can say, he actually did bring attention to the issues trying to bring attention to. So, hey, to me, mission accomplished. Kaepernick, you know, we salute you.
100%, have to.
All right, so everybody, make sure you check out my man, Roy Mitchell, The Mitchell Report. Go on iTunes, leave comments. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. You know, keep listening. I'll be on it eventually. You know, I'm a relationship expert. So
I want to get your perspective on some stuff, man.
There you go.
I haven't really had any females wanting to come on the show because maybe when I'm talking is some truth, right? So, you know what they say, the more truth you tell, people are kind of like,
and I can give all you millennials some real. All right, I can tell you how things really work before we had to actually interact with people. Okay.
This is what I hear a lot of. This is what I hear a lot of. I'm a bad texter. I don't know how to use my phone. They go ghost on you. Anyways, they're for the birds.
We're gonna help you with all that. All right.
Absolutely.
So make sure you check out the Mitchell Report, iTunes, SoundCloud. It's all over the place. You know, check us out. 2028 Olympics. All right, make sure you look for us.
All right, look for us, man. It's gonna be
That's
good.
right. By then it'll be like on your smartwatch or something. You know, I don't know. It comes out your head and a screen pops up or something by then. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. Hey. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to send it over to Elsa, and she makes her big return. So, anyway, Roy, appreciate you coming on, brother.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Checking out for the show, bro.
Absolutely.
All right, Elsa, you're up. Let's send it over.
Hello, Elsa's Exquisites. That's what I call my fans. And welcome to my new segment, Elsa's Fashion Files. This segment is where I talk about sports and fashion, and how sometimes when those collide, it can cause a complete disaster. Here's an example. So Mr. Westbrook here had a really bad wardrobe malfunction. I mean, look at those baggy legging capris things. I mean, where did he find baggy leggings? Anyway, that's not the problem. The problem is our secondary crisis, that shirt, dress, swing top thing that his designer got clear inspiration from a toddler's painting. I don't know how so many designs made it to one shirt. Oh, the horror. And I'd give this outfit a 3 out of 10 because, well, the shoes are pretty decent and his glasses are totally trending. So let's take a poll. Did he find this outfit in the men's section? Well, I'll give it back to Kane and Ice or those other guys who, if they're lucky, can be my production assistants when I take over.
All right, we're back. Elsa, thanks for coming back. I think you just ruined our chance of ever getting Russell Westbrook on the show. We'll talk about that later, and also about this you taking over and us being your assistants. Let's talk about that later on. Anyway,
Depends on the pay.
well, yeah, we gotta see how things go, right? But you guys keep watching. So real quick, shout out to all the viewers helping us get to over 15,000 views. Big props to you guys. Couldn't do it without you, obviously. So hey, keep tuning in. Tell people about us. Shout out to my man Terrence. Appreciate the love you've been showing us. Shout out Left-Handed, Get With It Sports, AA Sports, the whole Urban Arena family. So make sure you guys check out Urban Arena on Facebook and see us on there. All right, give us some thumbs up, some likes, some hearts, or whatever you get on Facebook. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to it. UFC, of course, huge fight this past week. John Bone Jones takes out Daniel Cormier. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah.
All right. And then he loses his mind. But go ahead. I know
I don't think he lost his mind just because he called out your boy after that. But I mean, the build up, it was worth the hype. We've been waiting for this fight for about 3 years now, since the first Bones and DC matchup, which John Jones won by decision. So this one here has been building up for a couple of years, and we actually had it set a couple of times, and then John Jones went through his out of the ring situations, and somebody got hurt. But we finally got the fight on.
Right.
Yeah, you would know about that. So we finally got the fight on, and I'm telling you the truth. Watching the first couple of rounds, they were very tight. I actually had it. I think I had it 2 rounds to none. Cormier in the middle of that third round. When, if anybody was watching the fight, John Jones was keeping him at bay with his reach. John Jones had like a 10-inch reach advantage. I mean, it's ridiculous, the reach advantage he had. So he was keeping him at bay with jabs and some kicks. He kept kicking him in the leg and the shin and the thigh. And you can see it when he kicked Cormier in the head. Cormier ducked his legs back because he was expecting another leg blow. But it didn't come at the legs, it came at the head. And he caught him flush right upside the head, and he really set him right there, set him back, and rocked him, and actually almost put him away with that one kick. But then he got a couple of more blows in, and Cormier was out of it by then, and he was on the mat by then. So John Jones, I mean, even after being off for, he's had 2 fights in 3 years. This was the second one. The guy did not lose it. I mean, he looked the part. He looked unbeatable in this match, and everybody's saying if this is the best that the light heavyweight division's got, and they just threw it at John Jones after being off for 2 years and not facing any kind of meaningful competition, and he just absorbed this. He's in the talks now. I mean, he's among the greatest ever in UFC fighting ever. So he's definitely up there with a couple of others, Silva and a couple of other guys. But he's definitely the best right now, and it looks to be that he's going to be one of the greatest.
All right, so why don't you get into what happened after the fight? Of course, your boy got caught, and I guess it's a bad moment, right? You just got oops upside your head.
Yeah.
You interview, you put in all this effort, biggest fight of your life, basically cried on.
Yeah, I mean, he was emotionally invested. You can definitely say he was emotionally invested. Yeah, I mean, he was shedding tears. He was visibly distraught. I mean, they showed it. We might have a new crying LeBron and Jordan competition now. I mean, he's running neck and neck with the crying LeBron and the crying Jordan. So, but after the fight, he gave John Jones props and admitted that he's beat me twice. So hey, this ain't really a rivalry anymore. He's beaten me twice, and just kind of acknowledged to himself that it was over. He can't handle John Jones in the ring. So and he loses the belt, which he was holding on to while Jones was out on his suspension and everything.
So in other words, he's just waiting on Jones to get busted again so he can be champ again.
I'm telling you right now, that's his only choice. Because you don't want to get in the ring with dude no more. Trust me, you don't want no more of that. So
all right, so let's go over to the other side. All right, so what happened with Jones after the fight?
But Jones, at first he was kind of humble. He gave DC his props and said, you know, it was a good fight and he's a worthy opponent. But then he called out your boy, Brock Lesnar, who tried his hand in the UFC, but we all know Brock can't fight.
Brock used to be the world champ. Used to be the UFC heavyweight champ. What do you mean try his hand in it?
And play fighting.
He was the UFC champion. He was UFC heavyweight champion at one point.
All he did was go grab people and wrestle them to the ground. There's no technique in that, no skill, and that's why he got beat.
Well, there's technique in apparently there's some technique involved because the people he was fighting against were technicians and they still took the L. You weren't letting nobody that big just take you down and pound on your head.
I'm telling you right now, if Brock Lesnar fights John Jones will kick the crap out of Brock Lesnar for 5 rounds.
So first off, okay. You know, Brock Lesnar is the WWE Universal Champion right now, okay? He's beating Goldberg.
That's about the equivalent of that belt right there over your shoulder, man.
Okay. He beat Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
He's beating Roman Reigns.
Who the hell is that?
He's beating Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, I've heard of him. Okay.
He beat The Rock. Who is John Jones beating? All right.
Everybody that Brock Lesnar can't beat.
I'll wait.
Daniel DC Cormier.
Okay. I've never seen Cormier, you know, take out as many people as The Rock. Okay.
Oh, now if you want to make this just, you know, a takeout competition, then yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar has play wrestled more people than Jones has fought.
First off,
but if we're talking about a legitimate fight, no, then we have
Lesnar has UFC experience. Now, I will say this: Lesnar's got to be like 40, right? At least, or close. He's got to be in that 40 range. So, you know, I don't know how much juice he may have left. Plus.
You mean juice as in steroids, or?
Well, that's where I was going. Is he did test positive for that after his last fight?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so if I'm Dana White, I'd be scared to book these two against each other because you don't know who's gonna get suspended, right? And then you don't get the fight because you know Bones, you know.
Yeah, I heard Dana White's not looking at that fight. He's actually got somebody else thinking about lining up for John Jones next, but. You know, anyway, money talks though. I mean, you know, the bigger ticket would be to see that, you know, kind of like the McGregor and, you know, Floyd fight. I mean, it's not really a fight, but the names are driving the money and driving the ticket. So,
but Lesnar and Jones, at least you have like that same level of entry because of the size difference.
Yeah.
But at least they're both competing in something they've actually done before, right? Unlike McGregor, you know, who's boxed as many matches as I have. And, you know, of course, if you believe these reports, is getting his ass handed to him in camp by people he's paying to spar with him.
Maybe he's just putting out these stories to bring Floyd's guard down.
Well, I don't doubt that. And also, I think, you know, like anything else, they're trying to they're trying to stay in news cycle, right, to sell a fight, right? So whether it's negative or positive, it's always something. You know, I really think this whole IRS thing was timed to come out with this. You know what I mean? Like, what?
So the government's involved now? The government's trying to drive people?
I'm just saying, all right, we ain't never heard about Floyd not paying his taxes in the past, right?
Yeah, he did. We heard about it.
Huh?
It just wasn't as big, but yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the first time I've heard of it. You know what I mean? Of course, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to him, you know.
I thought you had a money team hat somewhere in there.
Nah, I'm
Come
good.
on, man.
I'm good, you know.
You don't want to be with Bieber in the money team, baby?
Nah, you know, I got ripped off with that Mayweather De La Hoya fight back in the day.
I enjoyed it though, because I don't like Oscar De La Hoya. I really enjoyed that fight.
I get, but you know, I want to see a fight. Like, if I pay, I want to see these dudes go at it. I get that's not Floyd's style. I'm not trying to knock his style. I understand he's great. I understand that's what helps him stay healthy and helps him keep competing at a high level. I'm just saying from a what's wrong?
Entertainment standpoint.
Right, exactly. From an entertainment point of view, he's not the most entertaining fighter. Like Mike Tyson was entertaining because he was going after the dude, whoever he was fighting. Mayweather, different style, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it's just not as entertaining. It's not as aesthetically pleasing. You not watch the Mayweather Pacquiao fight, and you just can't catch Floyd, and he knows how to do enough to win the fight, right? And not engage you enough to take a chance of really getting hurt. So kudos to him. It's just not very exciting to me. Now I will say, according to Nevada police, Floyd says his best fighting for home, but all right. So
undefeated there too.
Yeah, apparently, but not undefeated in court. So anyway, let's get to it. All right. Of course, so much going on in the world of sports, right? Fantasy football season is coming, so we got to remind all you guys to go to fanupnetwork.com. Okay, if you play fantasy, if you don't play fantasy, go to fanupnetwork.com. Click the link for the type of device you have that you want to download it on. Download the app. Send us a screenshot showing us you downloaded the app on Twitter at Kane, CANE _ ICE, ICE, CANE _ ICE. Send us that screenshot on Twitter, and you get entered to win some prizes. All right, we already got my man Shane out of Philly. Bam, he's got a prize. Look at Kane trying to win prizes. Maybe you get an EEE shirt. Maybe you get a Fan Up Network shirt. More likely. These are very limited, but these we can get to you. Also giving away a couple gift cards. Got a lot of great prizes. So make sure you go download that app. Like I said, even if you don't play fantasy, download the app. Take a screenshot. Send it to us on Twitter. Let everybody know you got Fan Up Network app. And, let's get this thing moving. All right. So anyway, let's see what else we got going on in the world of sports. All right. So, let's get to strange news, because my strange news intersects with the world of sports. Of course, my man Lavar Ball keeping things moving. Won't let Shaq discourage him. He finally got Michael Jordan, the great Michael Jordan, to respond to him. Michael said, "I can beat this dude with one leg."
which I don't doubt.
But in true Lavar Ball fashion, the Triple B, the BBB account, the Big Baller Brand account tweets out that they'll accept the challenge. It'll be Michael Jordan with one leg versus Lavar Ball with one arm tied behind his back. But it's got to be on pay-per-view. So we're still waiting to hear back from Michael Jordan.
Yeah, don't count on that happening.
Hey, this would be a more fair competition than the Mayweather-McGregor fight. Okay?
Come on, man.
No,
You're watching, so it doesn't matter.
Michael Jordan with one leg tied up and Lavar Ball one arm tied behind his back and play 1-on-1 to 50, even though it might take 3 hours. I'd rather watch that than to watch McGregor and Mayweather.
Stop playing, man. You're watching the fight, man. Come on.
I'm not. The only way I'm watching that fight is if I'm invited to cover it.
That's not going to happen. You're going to go down the street. You're going to the local sports bar, and you're going to watch the fight.
Okay, let's stop calling it a fight. That makes it sound like, that makes it sound Larry Holmes versus Mike Tyson, or, Michael Spinks versus, Larry Holmes or something. Those are fights. Okay, this is I don't know what you call it. This is a setup, a money grab. This is a carnival act. It's
a fight.
It's a hustle. This is a straight hustle. Right? And you know what?
That's why you're gonna watch it at the house.
Nope. As soon as this fight is over, McGregor and Mayweather are gonna be riding off in a helicopter together, sipping champagne, laughing at all of y'all who bought this crap. Okay.
Elsa's gonna get it.
Nah. Elsa be in bed before that mess starts.
She gonna stay up that night.
Did you see that they're gonna have it at movie theaters?
Yeah.
Like you could go pay to see this mess at the movie theater.
That might be a good way to beat the sports bar. At least I get a seat this way. I mean, good guy.
I guess. I think I'll just go watch Cars 3 again. But anyway, shout out to Cars 3. Lightning McQueen. That's my man right there.
He let me down, man. He let me down. Lightning let me down.
All right, so hey, we all get old. You know, Lightning McQueen. All right, so let's get to it, man. You know, every week, you know, one of the best, if not the best show on TV. You know, since we're not actually technically on TV yet, I'll give it the power for now. You know, a lot happened in that episode. You know, and a lot of major characters weren't even on the screen. You know, you didn't see.
Yeah.
You didn't see Sandoval. None of the lawyers and all that stuff on the screen. It was all about Kanan, Jukebox, Tyreek. You know, of course, Ghost. You know, what stuck out to you from this past week's episode?
Man, we caught a lot of bodies on this episode, man.
Oh,
I mean, this episode was pretty full right here with just catching bodies, man. I mean,
oh man, and the violence the last few weeks. Even my wife was like, "Whoa!" Like, you know. And man, what's up with this striking people in the head stuff? You know what I mean?
I don't know. You know, Ghost had a flashback about it, and you know,
Yeah, start the episode. Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. So that, I mean, it's pretty intense. And then you know, Tommy, you know, gets stuck in Chicago. You know, next thing you know, he's out drinking. When he was drinking, I was like, man, you messing up, Tommy. You're messing up right now, man.
Yeah.
Don't drink.
Yeah, you're getting a little loose with the lips. You're letting your guard down. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you know, Tommy almost got buried Goodfellas style. So
yeah, he resigned himself too. He closed his eyes, had a little flashback of Holly, you know, which is kind of weird since he's the one that took it to the crossroads.
Yeah, he pulled through that. So so what do you think about Kanan flipping on Jukebox at the last minute and letting them walk, man?
I think Kanan. I'll say this. I wasn't totally shocked that he helped. I didn't think he would kill Jukebox. I thought he would help Tyreek get away because I thought he was kind of developing a fondness for him, and for him, I think it was almost making up for what he was missing with
Sean.
With Sean, right? Because he never really bonded with Sean because you know obviously he was locked up, and then you know, and then of course they had a little disagreement, and Sean had to go to the crossroads. But you know, but and like the little speech he gave when you know when he was telling Tyreek who he really was, and he's like, you know, I never did anything good. You know, I think then he was basically like convincing himself that I need to do one thing. I need to do one good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even then, he realized, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get out here with this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all live, but I ain't gonna give you this money to pay Tommy back. I'm gonna dip on out with that. So I'm thinking this might be the last we see Kanan for a while. You know, so Ghost should be thankful because, you know, he sent Kanan up. Obviously, Kanan very motivated to get payback, but you know what? They talked about it. You know, reminisced a little bit. You know, took a little trip down memory lane when they robbed Tommy's stash house. You know, and
you know what really made me laugh is just how quick and easy he pulled up on Ghost. I mean, Ghost was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, you know, there's no build up to it. No, right. It's just like, surprise, here I am.
Yep.
Matter of fact, get in the car.
Right. He's like, what? Whoa, hold on. But did you see the look on Ghost's face when he told him Jukebox had Tyreek?
Yeah.
He looked more scared then than when he found out Kanan was alive.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jukebox must be heavy back in the day, man. She was.
Hey, well, you know, and she a cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, so you can, you know, they can cover stuff up. So, you know.
We have read some stories about that recently. You know, particularly in the DC, Maryland area. But anyway, I digress. So what do you think?
Yeah, Baltimore, I think it was.
Yeah. So what do you think? Sorry, what do you think about where Ghost is with Angela? I'm not Angela. I'm sorry, with Tasha. You know, he was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to trust you. Like, dude, you just got out of jail. You've been cheating on your wife with DA. Questioning her judgment. You know what I mean? Like,
I believe Tasha took out that loan with the full understanding. She know that Ghost was going to be trapped between them, between paying that loan back and taking care of Tasha. Tasha's basically setting herself up just in case Ghost does something stupid or has to go back to jail or goes back to Angela. She's going to have the money set aside to take care of what she wants to do in the kids from now. So I think that was a power move on her part to kind of like an insurance policy to protect herself in case Ghost, you know,
he can't just get
or you know, runs into Angela in the club again, and you know things happen. So I think she's setting herself up for a little success there.
Right. Because then Ghost can't just dip out.
Yeah, exactly. He can't. Right. Exactly. He can't just dip out on her. So what do you think how Keisha and Tasha's relationship now? I mean, because you know they're still going to run that money through the hairdress shop. So how do you think their relationship's going to work on this now? That, you know, I think Tasha's still a little jealous that her and Tommy got something going on too.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I'm trying to think about this because I don't think Tasha wants to be with Tommy.
No.
I think with her relationship being so fragmented with Ghost right now, right? Like, you know, on paper they're still married, but that's really about it right now. So I think hearing her friend, you know, basically so happy and perky. So I think there's been a shift, right? Because it was always Tasha got everything, and the friend, you know, was it Lakeisha? You know, she's always envious of what Tasha had, right? But now she's got a relationship that she's, you know, happy about, and Tasha doesn't. So I think, you know, there's been sort of a shift, and I think Tasha doesn't know how to react from this new position. You know what I mean? It just goes back to show that, you know, why women can't be friends for long term.
True facts.
Hey, well, you know, let's keep it real. So I think, you know, just that shift in that dynamic and how they interact with each other, I think is just new for Tasha. She doesn't know really how to act.
Yeah.
She's not being the most supportive friend. But she has to keep Lakeisha happy, right? Because she knows enough now that can take them down, you know. And so, like she told Tommy, you can't just, you know, you can't just mistreat her.
You can't blow her off and upset her because she could do anything to cover herself. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Question is, what's gonna be like when Tommy gets back to town, finds out the stash house got robbed, Ghost was involved, the dude who they trusted enough to actually handle money is dead, Julio's dead.
And Dre set him up.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be pretty obvious. It's not gonna take much for them to figure out that those dudes from that 718 gang did it because they cut the tattoo off his neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when Dre told him, look, one thing, don't make it look gang related. And what do? Go cut the man's tattoo off.
Yeah. Now I think initially they probably would have followed through, but when Julio started putting the beat down on him, I think they forgot all about, you know, the deal and all that stuff, and old habits kicked in. So
I thought Julio was gonna pull out of it for a second because he was throwing the things for a second there, man.
Yeah, until dude slashed his Achilles or whatever.
Yeah, that was it right there. You can't move.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was still trying, man. I give him that. You know, Julio definitely represented. Twitter was definitely sad to see Julio go. You know, definitely saw some funeral programs being made in honor of Julio. You know, who knew he was such a popular character, right?
Yeah, man. Yep.
You know, but hey, all Julio wanted to do is, you know, move drugs and make money. He wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? And Dre, man, you know, before I understood why you were kind of, you know, kind of being on everybody's side because you were basically trying to, you know, you try and keep Tyreek out of this mess. So, you know, you willing to give Kanan some money. You know, you trying to, you know, butter your bread on both sides. You know, before he could get it, but now, dude, you just done crossed the line. You know what I mean?
Now he's out there now. He doesn't have anybody to lean on. Kanan's not pressing him anymore. Julio's not breathing down his neck, which is why I really think he set Julio up, is because Julio was starting to get wise to, okay, Kanan's hanging around. Why is Kanan hanging around? Tommy doesn't know he's hanging around. So what are you doing, Dre? So he took, that's what Dre did. He took Julio out before he could let him on to know what's going on with that.
Yeah, and I think he wants to move into that spot, right? Because Julio would, Tommy moved up to go spot. Julio's taking over Tommy's spot. So I think Dre's trying to position himself to get to Tommy's spot, or the old Dre spot. I mean, the old Ghost spot.
Yeah. So, but the new Connect wants Ghost gone now, eliminated. So
right.
How's Tommy gonna handle that? I mean, this guy look, none of them look like they play. Milan and nobody else. All of them were serious. But how do you think Tommy's gonna react now that they want Ghost completely out of it?
He said, I won't kill him, but I'll cut ties. But when he gets back and find out what happened,
No, Tommy would probably. I think he'll be okay with it. That news just can't get back to the Connect.
True.
What happened?
That's
Tommy might just say, okay, casualty of war, let's brush that away and forget about it and keep going as the way we are. But if that gets back to the Connect, then you got a big issue.
Right. Plus, none of those dudes who survived saw Kanan.
Yep.
Dude saw Ghost punched him, gets up the steps or whatever. The one dude who saw Kanan, he gone.
Yep, got killed.
Yeah. So, but it showed, that despite all the garbage that Kanan and Ghost had been through, Ghost set him up. He did all the time. Kanan had been, of course, season 1, Kanan had somebody robbing him, and just everything was going wrong. Just all the garbage between those two. And all it took was one armed robbery to reignite the friendship. You know what I mean? So nothing does friendship good, apparently, than armed robbery together.
Reminds you of your union boys, huh?
Nah, I don't know anything about that. We 1%ers too rich to be committing petty crimes like that. All right, so union we had stuff like insider trading, that kind of thing. So I heard.
Trading what? Baseball cards?
Trading pigs and possums. Anyway, all right. So I want to remind everybody, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up, that like button. Make sure you hit us up, Kane_Ice on Twitter. Like I said, download Fan Up Network. You can go to your app store, search Fan Up, FANUP, or go to fanupnetwork.com. It'll link you to your app store, and then you can download it. Send us a screenshot showing us you got the app, and you'll be entered for a chance to win some great prizes. Also, go to Facebook, search for Kane and Ice on Facebook. Also, search for Urban Arena on Facebook. Check out some great shows. A lot of people are partnering with That's What She Said Sports. My man Left-Handed that you've seen on our show. My man Glass, our frat brother. What's up, bro? That you've seen on the show. He's on there. If you follow my wrestling podcast, you know who Big Q is. He's on there. And you've seen AA Sports. You've seen Diego and Uncle Hate on here a couple times. So make sure you check them all out. Urban Arena Media on Facebook. And make sure you go to Kane and Ice on Facebook. We have a lot of debates, music, TV, culture, all kind of stuff. Of course, now Elsa with the Fashion Files. A lot of great stuff going on. All right. So please keep supporting. We appreciate you guys. Hit us up. Let us know if you want to be on the show, right? What do you think, Kane? We can bring some people on the show, right?
Love to have them on.
Yeah. Hey, we love you guys. Apparently you like the show. We got some great things lined up for football season. We're going to do some Eagles talk. We're going to, every week, right? Whoever the Eagles are playing, we're going to try to find somebody who's a fan of that team and bring them on the show. We're going to bring some Eagle fans on. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Tell you why you're going to lose this week and, keep it rolling. So.
That's right. And we'll make you come with some embarrassing bet that you have to pay off through social media. So Ben, you remember that? But anyway, hey, Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Hey, keep bringing it. Keep hitting that play button and hit that subscribe button. And we're gonna check you guys out next week. All right, we out.
Peace.